Yeah, hi there. These comments are for AZ, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And your nephew is in my TOEFL preparation course here at California State University, San Bernardino. He told me that you were interested in also improving your English abilities. So then you sent me an email expressing that interest, and then I sent you another message asking a little bit about your current academic English language abilities, and this is the message that you just sent me yesterday. So you say, I have a problem with my language until now. My language is weak with listening, speaking, reading, and writing. I'm looking for the rightward direction of the native language. Native language English teacher. I want to improve my, you probably want to say, phrasing. Maybe you want to say here, grammar, vocabulary, speaking, listening, and writing. I tested the IELTS 8 years ago. I put a connector here to join these two sentences together, and my score was 2.5 from 9. I didn't I would say probably here use present perfect. I haven't taken the TOEFL exam. Maybe something like that. Alright, so what are you going to get right now? I am a native language English teacher here at California State University, San Bernardino. I have been teaching English preparation courses and TOEFL preparation courses now for 22 years. I am also a professor for the English department at the same institution, so I got a lot of experience, and I think I can help you. Now the question really is this. I mean, you got to be pretty serious here. Nobody is going to help you learn the language but yourself. I can tell you what you need to do, but you're the one who has to make this decision. Do you have enough time right now to study English, first of all? Right? So you got to be motivated. You have to want to do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to give you some general tips. 60% of your time right now, I want you to follow these suggestions I'm going to give you right now. My first suggestion is to start reading every day, if possible, whenever you have time, but start reading for about 45 minutes. Now, based on your current English language abilities, you're probably not able to do that. It's going to take you some time before you can work up to that. So even if you just start reading for 10 minutes a day, and then eventually 15, then 20, then 25, then 30, and so on, until you get up to about 45 minutes, that's your goal, is that you can read materials for about 45 minutes without stopping. My recommendation for you is books, magazines, and newspapers. That's what you can do first. Now, secondly, likewise, you should also practice listening for about 45 minutes. Now, I'm going to give you the main website I want you to work on right now. It's called Randall's Cyber Listening Lab. I think this is going to be a really good website for you right now. Now, once you've done Randall Cyber Listening Lab for a few months and you feel more comfortable with listening, then you can go to National Public Radio. These are two good websites, I think, which are going to help you gradually improve your listening. Now, as you're doing your reading and your listening practice, and remember with the listening, if you have English TV, I have one other suggestion. Consider watching news, television, documentary, and especially science programs. These types of listening materials will push it'll push you to where you can concentrate on longer and longer periods of time and more difficult materials. Now, at first with the listening, kind of like the reading, you might not be able to concentrate for 45 minutes. Maybe you can only do 5 minutes and then maybe 10 and so on. But your goal eventually is to be able to listen to something for 45 minutes without stopping and try to understand at least 60% of what you're listening to. Now, as you do the listening and the reading practice, I recommend that you do some note-taking. It's important that you take notes on the main and the most important supporting points of the reading and the listening passages. Now, keep in mind that all these comments I'm giving you here, I'm posting these at YouTube, and you can come back anytime. Anytime over the next few months, you can come back and review my tips for you. I'm basing my suggestions on your current academic English language abilities. So now, once you've done the reading, the listening, and the note-taking, you should be using your notes to do 3 things. First of all, I want you to write 3 250-word summaries each week. This is not going to be easy. Now remember, when you write your summary, you need to include signal phrases that show the reader where this is coming from. So you'll say the reading passage states, or the author in the reading passage argues, another point made by the writer is, and also use the simple present as your reporting verbs to summarize this information. This is important because it helps frame what you're saying as a summary and not just as your opinion. Do the same thing when you're explaining the information from the lecture. The speaker in the lecture claims, the main point in the listening passage is, finally the speaker says. So again, make sure you're using those signal phrases. You're also using simple present tense reporting verbs to explain the information. So write 3 250-word summaries each week. Also, you should give 3 60-second oral summaries. I think this is also going to be helpful for you. Okay, so I think we're moving in the right direction here. So now you kind of see what's going on. Now with number 5, when you give your oral summaries, I want you to record your voice. You need to get used to talking into a microphone and trying to sound natural as you do it. A lot of students, they might even have really good speaking abilities of English, but then as soon as they got to talk to a microphone, record something on a microphone, their tone becomes very monotonous. They're not using sentence rhythm. They don't pause in the appropriate places, and it doesn't sound very good. So you need to practice and get used to recording your voice. You can do that as you do your oral summaries. This is what you want to start doing today. None of this will cost you any money at all. Now let's go to the next part. 40% of your time, it should be spent going through the lessons in my online TOEFL course. So if you budget 2 hours a day, then you're spending at least an hour or so following the first 5 suggestions, and the rest of your time each day you're going through the lessons in my online TOEFL course. So my first suggestion is, based on your current academic English language abilities, which quite frankly are not very high, I'm going to recommend that you complete the vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar lessons. Do those first. Do these first. it'll probably take you, I don't know, probably at least 3 months just to do that. Because remember, I have over 700 lessons in total. But you should first focus on the basics, vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. Then you can complete the listening and the reading lessons in my course. That'll probably take you another couple of months. And then, if you've gone and done everything else, then it's time for you to do the speaking and the writing lessons in my course, right? So I see your progress. You're probably looking, my best guess right now, for you to really significantly improve your English abilities and ultimately to help you get a high score in the IELTS exam or the TOEFL exam. You're probably looking at about 6 months. See what I'm saying? So 40% of your time you're going through steps 6 through 8, and then we have 60% of your time here you're going through steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you can follow these 8 steps, if you're a pretty good self-starter, right, you will not need to go to an intensive English program. You can save yourself thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars. If you can follow these steps, you will be able to learn English. Now remember, I also have full-length IBT practice tests. They're 5 hours long, and what you might want to do is after every 3 months of your study, you can take a full-length IBT practice test, go to the 8th section of my course, you can learn more about them, and you can take a practice test, and 3 things are going to happen. If you take the practice test, you'll mark your progress, first of all. You'll get some feedback in terms of your you'll be able to see what your score is. You'll get a practice test score, and you'll even get subtotal scores in the reading, listening, and also all 6 of your speaking tasks will be graded and scored, and both of your writing tasks will be graded, and you'll have a good idea of where you are. Right? So, my best guess right now, if you took the TOEFL exam, you're probably looking at maybe 20 or 30 points out of 120 right now. So you probably wouldn't do very well, but maybe after 3 months, you should be better than that. Maybe you should be between 40 and 60, hopefully 3 months from now. All right, so those are my suggestions for you. And I think you can do this, we can do this, and how can I help you? I am a TOEFL teacher. You can always email me when you have questions. And then remember, when you do your writing and your speaking lessons, I will actually give you feedback on both of those tasks, including audio feedback when you do the speaking tasks. Remember, most online TOEFL courses don't do that, right? You can go to Noteful, you can check out their website, you can go to the ETS, the TOEFL IBT test preparation course that's offered on the internet. You can't do it. If you go to TestN, you will find they do not allow you to post writing and speaking practice tests on a daily basis. I am one of the few online courses on the internet that offer this service, and it doesn't bust your budget. Think about it. All right, AA. So anyway, thank you very much for your comments. I would love to have you as one of my students, and I hope that you'll consider joining my course soon. And have a great day.